Cutter Standifer stuck his finger inside the collar of his dress shirt and tugged. Damn thing felt tight, and every time he glanced at the bride and grooms, it just got tighter. His little sister had wanted to be married in the sunshine, so they'd chosen the lawn on the south side of the house in front of his mother's rose garden. He'd had landscapers working around the clock to clean up the overgrown flower beds. No one would find fault with the yard, the house, or with the celebration he'd paid for. However, if they didn't finish up quick, everyone's Sunday-best clothing would be drenched in perspiration. June in West Texas was hot as hell, even though they'd scheduled the ceremony for just before noon. If his mother had been here, she'd have approved his preparations. He'd done his duty. Danny looked prettier than the pink and yellow roses blooming in the background. She wore their mother's white wedding dress, which had only needed a few tucks around the waist to fit, and left too much of her tanned shoulders and chest bare for his liking. She'd twisted her long blonde hair up into some kind of knot that made her neck and shoulders look feminine, fragile and innocent. No one looking at her now, with her green eyes soft and bright, with unshed tears, and her lips curved into a wide smile, would know she was anything but fragile. And she damned sure wasn't innocent. Cutter jerked when the people seated around him erupted in a loud cheer. The official groom bent Danny over his arm and kissed her like he wasn't going to stop until her stays popped and he had her naked and under him. The crowd enjoyed his enthusiasm. Cutter's stomach clenched and he looked away. Not until the bridal couple had trailed down the aisle toward the house and the reception did he stir. And then he moved like an old man, taking his time, following the wedding guests inside, listening as music poured out the door onto the wraparound porch. Reluctantly, he reminded himself his duty wasn't done quite yet. He had a party to oversee. Just a couple more hours and he could close the doors on the last guest and settle down to getting stinking drunk. He wondered if anyone else who'd been watching had caught on to the fact the best man had looked every bit as happy as the bastard who placed the ring on his kid sister's finger. Roe Ayers, the best man, had beamed every time he looked at Danny and at Justin Cruz. As Cutter stepped into the ballroom, he caught sight of the threesome again, and his stomach churned with disgust. Roe was with the bridal couple, still smiling, first at Danny and then at Justin.